Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. So the first card you have, Scorpio, is buds, buds, buds. And if you look at the picture, there's different kinds of flowers, different colors. They're all buds emerging from these branches. So buds are, very small, tiny, fragile, but they bloom eventually. Some may take a few days, some take a few months, but eventually they get there. So buds are new beginnings. These are potential, like the aces in the traditional tarot. And they bloom when they're meant to bloom, right? So there is a timing associated with it. Every plant, every tree that we plant, every bud that comes out has a timing to it. And we know what the timing is for the most part, but it's not like we cannot predict it exactly. So there is hope of it blooming. I feel that you are starting something, you're planting these new buds, or you already have planted, in the sense that you have started something. Now you're starting to see the tiny results, the tiny sprouts of it. I feel that this might be in any area. Maybe you're starting some side projects, some side gigs. Maybe you're starting a new education or new study program. This could also be new, breakthroughs. These are breakthroughs of blockages, things that have been stuck. So these are ideas that can transform those issues, those problems, and find solutions to those problems. For some of you, this could be new routines, new daily routines, new workout routines, new health routines. This is something that will go the long distance. This is long-term growth, long-term results. Some of these could even go for generations after generations, who knows? But the thing about these buds is that we don't know how it's going to look when it blooms. It's a potential, and we can only imagine. So everything is not visible to you right now, Scorpios. But this is going to be really huge when it finally blooms, when it finally shows the results for you. This is like a very promising result that you will be happy with. Some of you could be actually planting new buds in your garden, but this is also about association with plants. There's a lot of herbal buds out here, so you might be practicing some kind of herbalism or introducing herbs in your diet. So basically, newness, new life, new hope, some kind of newness, whether it's, it could be, in relation to your family. Maybe you're on the family, we're expecting, maybe you'll have a baby soon. That could be for some of you. But this could also be like, something that has come about. Maybe it's in your neighborhood, maybe in your community, something new that has started, maybe a program, or maybe it could be some habit of yours, that it also could be a program in your neighborhood. But the thing about buds is it takes time. So you will need to be patient through the process until this blooms. The next card you have, Scorpio, is peacock. So there is this beautiful peacock in the picture with plumes. The plumes have motifs, like the eyes and even feathers of the peacock, even though it's invisible here in the picture, but we know that it's full of points that look like eyes. With that energy, it's all about awareness, being aware of your environment, feeling things through, seeing beyond the surface, heightened awareness. Now, peacocks are extremely beautiful, very graceful, but they're also very delicate. There is nothing, they don't scare people away. So, and they know they're beautiful. So this is how everyone's seeing you, Scorpio. They're seeing you as this brilliant, beautiful person. But the thing about peacocks is, I don't know if you know that, they eat plants that are dangerous, not healthy, and they survive with that. They digest it. So the energy or the underlying energy behind that is they are able to survive the most toxic of plans, toxic of energies. And I feel that for you as well, Scorpios, you're able to transmute any kind of negative toxicity around you into something positive and powerful for yourself. I feel that, Scorpio, this is the time where you show your brilliance and, stand in your truth. Communicate boldly. Because you are able to see things that other people cannot. You might also be taking up careers that require a lot of depth and a lot of awareness, seeing beyond the surface. And you're also very charismatic at this point in time. So you might be seeing that you might be getting a lot of attention right now, Scorpio. Take that attention. Don't shy away from it. Don't fear that attention. Instead, you can use that to inspire people with your grace, with your ways. This is also about presentation. So some of you might be presenting things, but I feel if you are in that space where you are out there on the stage, whether you're public speaking or you're debating, you are highly charismatic at this point in time. So, and I do feel like people appreciate how you're able to handle situations gracefully. With this quality, you will be able to tap into opportunities that other people are unable to see. You might also get a lot of collaborations, a lot of people that congratulate you, that recognize you for your efforts and for your grace and for the way you present things. This could also be launching something, some craft or some business that you had it in you for a long, long time, but you are fearful of showcasing it, that you are fearful of launching it and presenting it to the world. Now, peacocks are also about transmutation. Right, like I mentioned, their diet is not as healthy, but they still radiate. They're still beautiful. So there is a transmutation energy of turning pain into power, turning pain into beauty. And these plumes of peacocks are actually kept in a lot of secret altar spaces because they stand for wisdom. They stand for spiritual consciousness, elevation in spirituality. So I do feel that you are getting a lot of visibility right now, whether it's in your career or some creative field. Some of you might be taking to writing journals or writing music pieces that reflect your inner world or your personal life story. Now, for those of you who have seen the movie Moulin Rouge, Nicole Kidman is a perfect peacock energy in that movie. So, Scorpio, this is a time for you to show up as truly as you are, show up fully, show up beautifully, and don't shy away from your radiance. The next card you have, Scorpio, is the Knight of Wands. This is fire energy. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are the fire elements. Now, this is forward movement. This is charging forward. Boldness, courage. This is your inner fire lit up. You're highly driven at this point in time, Scorpio. Now, this could be in any area of your life. You might be pursuing some careers or studying up something. This could be also a very adventurous spirit. So you might be doing things that need a little bit of risk. You might be, this is a little bit of an unsettled energy, but beware because this can cause you to take decisions impulsively or jump into things impulsively without thinking things through. Night energy is very useful. In the early times when knights were sent to Babel, they were like 21, 22-year-old knights. It's a very young energy, and because it's fire is transformational. So either you are, moving forward in spaces that are not familiar to you. It could be in your career jobs. You're probably probably exploring new ways of doing things. Maybe trying new vendors, trying new processes. This is also about acting fast. So you don't have time to think and plan out things. But be careful because this is a little bit of a reckless energy. You will need to think things like really fast and also use your emotions, your emotional intelligence. EQ and IQ both are near at this point in time. because I feel that there are new pathways, new doorways that are opening for you. And there is a need for you to move things fast forward. Maybe you're starting new projects, starting new side gigs. And you don't know how things are going to work out, but it's the energy of I cannot wait anymore for this. So there is going to be change. Be ready for it. There is going to be fast movement. You might get burned out. So pace things out and don't be too daring. Don't take too much risk, weigh out the pros and cons, even if it's like a quick way out. This is also an energy of breaking barriers, like pushing the envelope. When we launch a rocket into space, that's what is breaking boundaries, that kind of an energy. So there are things that are pushed either onto you where your, team says, this is urgent, got to be done. And you're making the necessary changes that support, completing that task. And you're afraid that you don't have the perfect plan or everything worked out for it, but you have to act right now. This is a moment where your instincts are kicking in through the experiences that you have had. Like, this will work, this won't work. So it's your instincts that are speaking to you right now. And I feel you're trusting that more than anything else. This is a lot of adventurous spirit, whether it's in jobs, whether it's in community events, people that you're connecting with. Don't jump into it immediately. Whether it's in relationships or people you connect to their partnerships. Make sure that you have the time to assess who you're partnering up with. Because this is boldness. And, and sometimes when we're in that adventure spirit, we don't actually look at everything, aligning with your values and things like that. So I do feel that you're, really passionate about something, going after something, sudden changes and shifts in movement. And you're all strong. You're like, okay, I can handle this. I got this. So it's good, but just be careful, especially if you're also if you're going out, on an adventurous tour or travel or some kind of sports that takes risk. Make sure that you're physically fit and emotionally fit to handle situations. When we step into those adventurous sports, not everything is predictable. So make sure you weigh out the pros and cons. And the last card for today you have, Scorpio, is the walk away. And it says, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Now you see this fairy, she is walking away from something. So basically, Scorpio, I feel that you definitely are walking away from unhealthy situations that are either stagnant, nothing is happening, or they're draining you. And walking away is a choice. Something that you have to be strong and courageous for. And with the Knight of Wands energy, I feel that you're moving forward in new directions. So there is change. And of course, there is, newness. There is newer pathways that will make you much happier. Newer phases of life, newer chapters that you are stepping into right now. Releasing things that are no longer healthy, no longer working for you. And I feel that, when we walk away from these situations, it's scientifically proved that within 30 days, within a month or two, our health starts to improve in every way. We heal better. We feel stronger. We feel more freer. We feel more liberated. I feel that you are happy with this change. If you look at the person in the picture, the person with the wings, she is happy. I don't see any regret on her face. I don't see any frown. So she's happy with that change. There could be doorways that are closing for you, which is normal. You're closing them, and there are new ways, new doors that are opening for you, Scorpio, at this point in time. And it does take a lot to release the attachment of things, the way we have been, the people, environments, the work that we have been doing, whatever it is. But this is part of self-care, nurturing ourselves. Growing in every way, our personal growth, our spiritual growth, our professional growth. Then I feel at this time you can take to some meditation practices as well that will heal you better and keep you focused, and also keep you strong, so that you keep releasing whatever is not aligned with your values. So with this new path that you're choosing, I feel that you will feel more relaxed, more independent, more stronger, and more abundant. It's like a rebirth for you. 8th house energy. So Scorpio, these being general messages will play out differently in your life and in the environment around you. Do let me know how these energies play out in your world, and hope you enjoyed your messages. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.